Personally, my internal thought process goes, this is a lot of storyline for something that I want to see gameplay footage for, but I suppose as a fucking RPG, we should maybe pay attention to the story.
Last relic of our homeland.
Once again, we beat back relentless powers. We buy time with our blood.
Is this the combat?
We discover secrets never meant for humans.
Our legends died. Time to make some new ones.
Berberis. All right, that was inconclusive from my perspective. The trailer was okay. Combat looked interesting in parts and bad in other parts. The decisions kind of look neat. That looks like this looks like a character tree. I don't know. So for me, this would be, I would assume as an RPG, it's going to do rather poorly, and I would wait to see what the hype was for the game. Is how I would think I'd approach this decision. Looks okay. Thanks, Dire Venom. It's pretty. You watch someone play a bunch of this. Is it out? Okay. All right, but the makers of Warsaw. Warsaw was fairly unfinished. How are they making another game already? Okay. Wow, they did themselves a disservice there, didn't they? Just swapping between kind of bad looking gameplay footage followed by like a cutscene footage of that better. Holy shit, I want this. I want this as an emote. I need this as an emote. Do you think I can do? Do you think this breaks Twitch TOS? Maybe it's defensive. I want that. I want that. All right. All right. I want to see the fucking gameplay. Show me the gameplay again. All right, not super pretty, but we could probably deal with that. What does the movement and cover system look like? Turn-based planning, always a good thing. Why are we buffering? Steam. Steam, don't embarrass yourself. That's a leveling system for characters. It's a fair number of options. Items. A decent roster. A secondary resource of some type. Decisions about burning whole villages of people. Shoot the villager and loot her corpse. Heal the villager. He's very angry about that. What was that? I want to read this decision. Give the woman paid meds. Save the meds for the squad. I think there was like a giving birth. You only In a few hours, we can do anything remotely effective. Hours we could spend on a mission or moving closer to the dam. I mean, it's squad-based, turn-based games, which generally are fairly fun for me. How many lines and lives will you break? Sure. I'll check it out. Not sure how far we get into it in terms of if it's any good or not, but we at least check it out. It's the type of thing that probably plays reasonably interestingly. Sure. Okay. Random capitalization feels bad. All right, a long way down. A deck builder roguelike Slay the Spire like. This is not a video. This is in fact a still cap. Kind of like the graphics actually. It's very Slay the Spire like to me. Sure, I'll at least take a look at it. It's a pretty low investment to grab a key in the future. Okay. Rift Breaker via the Awakening. All right, are we gonna go through these other ones that are on the list in stream? I think we are. Xanadu recommends checking out the Tainted Grail. Oh, Christopher Odd's doing it too. Cool. Sure.
Kuinagt is dying. Its barren fields provide little food, and its crumbling walls offer no protection. As the power of the Guardian men here fails, the weirdness creeps ever closer. Twisting places, creatures, and even space itself. Despite this, the people of the Farmhold refuse to leave. Instead, Lord Yvain led 4 of their best on a
Card
desperate
battling
mission to
RPG.
Camelot. They promised to bring back help. They never returned.
Hello, YouTube, and welcome into this.
The fuck did I just click? Was this just a troll to get me to look at Civ 6 content? God damn it.
So we've got 2 character selections. I want to
Have different appetites.
2 crazed dogs right now, 50 health each. They have some stats like armor, chance to evade. They've got critical hit and chance to resist any negative effects. It also shows their intention. So this dog is looking to damage our health, and this dog is looking to apply a buff. So let's take a look here. We'll go through each of these cards, and then we'll try and find any new cards that come up and take a close look at them as well. So the first one is Softening Blow. It's 4-6 damage. If the enemy has a negative status, then you deal more damage. Now the cards also have something called Momentum, and that's where chaining your cards together can result in some pretty powerful outcomes. So for an example here, if the next card you play after this is not red, you get to draw an additional card. You don't draw normally during your turn, so being able to draw additional cards is really powerful because you can keep playing certain things. This is going to cost 1 energy. This one is Careful Approach. You do 4-6 damage. You gain 100% resistance for 1 turn. Resistance is the ability to negate any negative effect, or resist any negative effect, to state it more clearly. If the next skill has an effect, it's going to last 1 turn longer. So
Yeah, it's
that's the
RPG card game.
this is Swift Strike, so it's just straight damage, but you gain. Cool. What else do you want to do? You pretty much want
Combat
to play
looks
this. 6
kinda
damage.
boring.
We're going to get a bunch of. This is going to cost 2, and it places. We lost a mead. The guard looks surprised at first, but he accepts the situation immediately. He takes a long swig. What do you want? I want to speak with the prisoner. Next turn, any enemy that attacks you gets bleeding, and we have a 5% crit chance bonus. I'll try putting as much in as. It says it's not important. In the end, after he never delivered it, he could have changed his mind. The thing, bandages to remove all wounds.
All right, good parsing. So he just fights dogs for an hour. Okay. card game is fairly thought out. I found watching him play. Okay, that's interesting. So maybe it's decent gameplay. Well, this might be something that I'm required to pick up. My initial visual reactions were storyline sounded okay. The presentation of the story seemed good. I like decisions that mattered, kind of stuff. The combat looks fairly unexciting, but maybe it could be something that if we worked through it a little bit was fun, but maybe not. So, all right, what are we doing next? Next stuff we're looking at. So I guess I need this list somewhere. Mods, will you make a command for the videos we're about to check out, and we can add to or remove from this as we get through them. I'm about to post it in chat. What was it? Star Traders. What was the next one? Nowhere Profit has come up as a recommendation a couple of times. Okay. All right, there's the list. We're gonna work through those today. I wanted to see Mountain Blade. I don't think I've seen Mountain Blade footage. And if you're really feeling like fucking being awesome moderators, you would find me video links ahead of time for these as we're going through this. But that might take an exceptional type of mod, a really dedicated, really invested fucking mod here. Kush, meanwhile, keep me updated, Kush. Built-in a Destiny fan confirmed. Oh yeah, you guys want to see my subs? I thought I had those. Did it hide them? Looks like it's hiding them. This is my most recent sub. I was watching his videos last night. They seem very depressing. Joe Rogan, Destiny, Daily Show, PS Hero for my any Warcraft or World of Warcraft and things I find interesting. Casey Neistat, 'cause he's just a fucking awesome content creator. Jordan Peterson, so I really like his message in general. NS is the Death of Games channel, which was linked to me by a friend that I haven't really checked out too much, which is basically I got a link for why why Shadowbane died, which was interesting watching. I don't remember what VTF is. What's VTF? Oh, the Frugal Streamer, who I like. Get some audio recommendations from this guy's channel, which I think are really good. I think he does a fairly good job of breaking down the nuts and bolts of that. I was interested in the World of Warcraft dueling scene for a while, so I followed this person because that was kind of cool for like 5 minutes, but I don't think I'm very interested in that at the moment. Dusty, because Dusty's fucking awesome at Magic, and I like his content a lot. Grubby for the same reason. Sam Harris, because I like a lot of the conversations he's had. I really like long form podcasts. So Peterson, Sam Harris, Joe Rogan for exactly that type of content. Jorbs, because Jorbs is fucking cool as shit. Marmor Zero, because Marmor Zero does a very good job of strategy selection. Filthy Robot VODs, because that is the best way to watch Filthy Robot VODs, is through the Filthy Robot VODs channel. If you don't know about this channel, absolutely go check it out and subscribe. Full VODs of everything Filthy Robot does. Picture Fit, because occasionally I like some fitness related stuff that I can absorb. I often will take these channels and not watch too much YouTube from them, but when I travel, I'll go take download a bunch of the videos and watch those as I travel on planes. The Elon Musk space stuff, because this is the future of our species and it's super, super fucking cool. That's about it for my YouTube subs. So if you're curious what I'm fans of. Okay. Who's that Filthy Robot guy? Sounds like a dumb name, right? You'd be surprised how insightful he is overall, Barbaros. If you don't know about him, you should definitely check him out. All right, let's see. Any of my mods surprise me by finding any of these things ahead of time? No surprises there. Oh, Mountain Blade right there. Oh, I said it too soon. Thank you. Thank you, Xanabo. All right, let's take a look at Mountain Blade gameplay. Yeah. All right. Does Dolphin have a YouTube video? I should follow Arvius too if he does. Anyways. All right, let's take a look at this. I like Destiny debating people. It's fun for me, mostly. I think he does it in a fairly reasonable approach.
I checked them out. Not so bad of a guy.
Thank you for the resub. Good. All right, so this is Mountain Blade, apparently. We need to watch this at about... I wish YouTube had faster than 2 times speed. Maybe there's a setting, I just don't know about it. Okay. Is there no audio in this video?
After me!
What am I seeing here? Is this am I controlling multiple characters or a single character, or what am I actually seeing here? This looks first person-y, like I would from like an MMO or something, but just one. How old's the game? It actually looks like better graphics than I was expecting. Okay. It's not out yet. Oh, I see. This is the sequel. Oh, okay. I thought we were looking at Mount Blade 1. Show me something interesting. I want to see, like, what do I do with this character? Do I level this character? Do I give it different equipment? Do I buy things? Am I a mercenary? Am I part of some army of somebody's? Like, okay, we got it. There's combat. Got it. Is there stuff besides combat? Alright, good talk. Okay. Is this their channel? I don't know that, but it doesn't look like their channel. It looks like a YouTuber looking at their stuff. Kind of Total War-ish. Okay, I mean, this tells me nearly nothing from watching this video, except the fact that presumably it's going to be something in the vein of the previous one. The previous one has been highly recommended to me 1,000,001 times. It's certainly something to keep an eye out on, but it doesn't tell me much of anything right now. This is multiplayer gameplay. That's interesting. I didn't even know there was multiplayer gameplay. Multiplayer sounds like it'd be fun. Okay. All right, Tropico 6. Let's check this out.
Greetings from your not yet
I hate it already.
hostile neighboring nation.
Thank you, Digital. Welcome
3
back.
years. Just finished watching State of the Channel. Looking forward to the future.
Thank you for that thought. We're figuring out what that feature's gonna be right now on part.
Vote Presidente for life! Viva Tropico!
All right. Do we have better video selection? Gameplay video with no gameplay. Okay. Xenonauts with gameplay footage. It's fine.
Hello, Internet. James Allen from Out of 8.
Okay. New game. Playing on normal. Normal? Is that a game mode? That's a trap. You never click that button. That's not, you don't play on this. Maybe, let's give him one more chance to select insane. No. Okay. Xenonauts is much more challenging than Phoenix Point. Okay. Let me arbitrarily compare two things. Eating a banana is much more challenging than eating an apple. Sure. Good to know. It's one genre. But why would you choose some, like, Phoenix Point's a fairly easy game overall. And it's a pretty poorly balanced game with really undeveloped systems overall. Why choose that one? Why not choose, like, think of what you compare to. You normally compare to, like, the exemplars of that category. So why aren't you comparing it to, like, XCOM or XCOM 2 Why Phoenix Point? Is it just because like I played that recently? Because it tells me nothing. If you say it's harder than Phoenix Point, okay, Phoenix Point's difficulty is like here, right? Like right there. So if your range of difficulty is here to here, Phoenix Point's difficulty is here. And then you say it's harder than Phoenix Point. What that tells me is of this 1 to 100, it's not 0 to 10. It's between 10 and 90. But if you're trying to place that on a location, you haven't really narrowed the field at all. It doesn't tell me any information. That's what I'm teasing you about that comment. There's not a lot of information inherent to that comment. It's actually better graphics than I was expecting from this, honestly. So this is like very XCOM-y. Appreciate this gameplay footage. Maps are kind of barren. That guy's losing a lot of people on normal. Is that standard? I gotta give Warband a chance. We're watching trailers right now of games that we might be interested in the future to get some sense of this. Maybe? I mean, it's not so hideous that it's not streamable. It depends how interesting it is. I can get a really good sense of that from this. All right, okay. What am I doing next? Someone else playing Tropico 6, so we get another. Oops, let's keep that off the screen. That's what I was trying to grab. Okay. At least we're seeing gameplay. Looks like important customization options are included in the game. Although this guy is spending far too much time looking at them.
Most successful Presidente. It was like the first sunrise of my living nature. But there's money in it. Your distillery seems to be working. Quick tip, Governor. It's best not to sample your own tipple, if you get my meaning. Jolly good. It's my job to fully exploit these islands, insignificant as they are. Or bananas, giant apes, dinosaurs, whatever has monetary value.
Governor, the people have a request, but for safety reasons, it is a secret request.
I have a hard time carrying with city builders. I just don't tend to actually give a shit about the outcome. It looks okay. I would think probably not for me. I haven't seen anything showing a challenge yet. Like, is it just like competing against yourself for like timings? Do you recommend Filthy Games? At the moment, you use the Discord channel. In the future, we will be doing a slightly improved system that is coming out shortly. All right. Probably not super excited about most of these. I'll take the game key for that RPG with the card game combat. Depends how that will look. All right, don't want that anymore. Let's take a look. Endless Legends. We played Endless Legends on stream. Did I miss another link too? I think I might have. 20 Disco Elysium and Thea 2. Let's queue these up. Okay. All right.
What's up, guys? Welcome to my guide. The battle system in Thea 2 is very different from the one in Thea 1. There's some pretty deep mechanics, and it can be a bit confusing for newer players. Hopefully this guide can help you to get through the learning curve faster. Let's keep in mind, though, that we are pretty early on in the early access, so there will be some changes. Hopefully the core mechanics will change. It'll probably just be stuff related to interface and balance. Let's go ahead and attack this snake's nest over here. As you can see, there are a couple of icons on this dialog option here. The number inside of the circle denotes the approximate difficulty of the challenge you're facing, and the card symbol denotes the type of challenge you're facing. There are 6 challenge types total. There are 3 categories, which are physical, red, mental, which is yellow, and spiritual, which is purple. And each of those categories utilize different stats and skills. There's a black center if it's a conceptual battle. So as you can see here, we're getting into a physical, regular battle. On this screen, you can see who you have participating in the battle and who the enemy has participating in the battle. It's worth noting that if you have more than 7 party members, a random 7 will get chosen into your hand. This applies to the enemy as well. If you click on auto resolve here, it'll give you an estimate. For example, here we have a victory with 3 injuries if you choose to auto resolve. However, you can just choose to go back and resolve it manually if you don't like what's going to happen. Let's talk about the battlefield first. You can sometimes get a very narrow battlefield of only 3 wide, and sometimes it'll be somewhere in the middle, and sometimes it'll be very wide like this. I believe that 7 might be the maximum width. But in the more narrow battlefields, it's very easy to take advantage of area of effect. But it's also very easy for your opponent to take advantage of it. So it may or may not be a good thing depending on your party composition and your enemy's party composition. When you click on one of your cards, you'll see a list of options that they can use for the battle. Some of the abilities place them onto the battlefield to perform their attacks, and some are instant abilities that are used from your hand. Those are usually buffs, which hurts the enemies back a little bit. So keep in mind that whoever goes first, and it'll get updated as some attacks can only be, which is like the letter T in lowercase. It'll do a combination of the horizontal and vertical splash. Pole arms also do not get their splash damage off if they attack from the back row, but they have the flexibility of attacking from either row. By default, if I want to place her a 3rd time, it'll cost 3 action points. A color-coded icon like this will show up to let you know.
Is this combat engaging?
These 2 characters don't get their hits off. Summons are extremely useful, and due to the mechanics of the game, they're almost always better tanks than your warriors. Really high-level summons can actually have better stats than your warriors, for example. Between combat rounds, they will not replenish their shields. Any damage that they took to their shields in the first combat round,
Hardly catching you lately. Hope you are well and enjoying this springtime we are having in Chicago, filthy N1.
Hey, Gatsu. Yeah, it's been surprisingly warm, hasn't it? Thanks for the reset, man. Welcome back. This doesn't look super exciting to me. What is this is a combat tutorial. What does the rest of the gameplay look like? All right, let's check Disco Elysium in the meantime. I haven't seen anything about this game. I know nothing about it.
Machine of power.
I already do this. This is my morning routine. Looks pretty story driven. Looks like a fuck ton of reading.
Of assistance.
I could rule that one out from looking at this. I don't think that's going to do anything for me.
Forget it.
Okay, well, that's good to rule out. This card game looks pretty unexciting to me as well, for that combat. So that looks pretty unexciting for me as well. All right, no more profit gameplay and Star Traders. Thank you for doing this, Inabu. Much appreciated. Makes this flow a little bit nicer. Let's check out Nowhere Profit.
What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we are checking out Nowhere Profit, a game that we saw the early access of probably about a year or so ago. I feel like I repeat myself. The opening to this episode is by no means special. I say this about a lot of games, but this one is coming to Steam very, very soon. And so anyways, figure we stop on in and check it out. If you know FTL, I guess. Let's start our journey. So you know it's... Oh, the world is broken. All right, well, apparently I accidentally skipped the cinematic. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I thought I had to click to make the text go, and it closed the whole video, and now I can't get it to replay the video. I tried to go back and, like, re-edit it back in, but it didn't want to work. Fine, and open the crypt. The journey to the crypt by opening aid can join the fight on your side, but be careful. Unit in each row can attack and be attacked. It is in the front line position and marked with 3 spikes. Okay.
What is this obsession with fucking card-based combat right now? Is there some reason I want card-based combat that I'm not aware of? Like, honestly, chat, like, why do I want card-based combat? Is there something I don't understand about why it would be fun? It's cheap and easy. Is that something I care about as a consumer? Don't I want the quality of outcome, not the goings into it here? And I'll put up with card-based combat if the game and combat is good enough. But it's certainly not a selling point for a game. Okay. I want to reiterate some things here. I want to take a second to speak to this, because part of what the issue is right now is content selection for the channel. And part of it is because it's so hard to content select ahead of time for getting any sense of how good a game is without playing it for a serious amount of time. And it's disappointing when you do something like that with like Phoenix Point, where you sink a fair chunk of time into it to realize it's kind of garbage and you want to move on. And doing that on stream is not entirely useless because it's vetting that process for other people, but it's also not entirely helpful because you're doing a lot of indie games or shit games that people don't want to watch that are bad, and it's not particularly good for the channel, and you're not finding content that's particularly passionate about. This is why we're changing the system of how we do this, because what I'm doing now is what I have done in the past. What I'm doing right now on stream is how I have found content in the past, which is to go through suggestions by people of future or past games, or DLCs, look for some basic content of that online and get a sense roughly of whether or not that would be enjoyable before playing it online. Okay, that's fine. That's what we've been doing. It hasn't worked all that well. And because, honestly, like, it's really hard. This game could be a really good game. My first kind of quick look at this is that it doesn't look very good to me. So this is the point of having people who regularly suggest on the channel and who have suggested well in the past and tracking that in some way. So I can get essentially a group of people who are really good at suggesting games, who have hit that in a way that is the type of game that I'm looking for in my channel. And then I can skip this, looking at this and being like, this game looks like shit, and go, okay, well, I thought it looked like shit on my first pass. And then 5 of these other super suggestors recommended it and gave it a fairly high rating. Therefore, I'm going to go check it out, even though it looks like shit, and put the time into learning it, because potentially the gameplay of it is going to be good enough to get past that. But it's really hard to get that sense up front of whether something's going to be like that. So, okay. So my pass at this would be probably not looking at that. All right. Let's keep going. More Thea gameplay footage. Sure. Okay.
Hey folks, this is Vent with Ads Gaming Addiction.
Oops, what did I just do? Don't know.
And today,
I just paused it.
And then developer pantry start to gather a bunch of resources so that you could just wait for hit skip story here. Harvest is your advancement.
Okay, we've got a tech web. Does not look like a game I'm gonna enjoy very much from my perspective. Don't like the combat. The auto combat only seems okay. Yeah, this would have to be one of the ones that got basically a bunch of super suggestors said, you're gonna love this, this will be great for your stream, you should try it out despite your initial misgivings, because this is the second video of this looking at that does not look good to me.
Quitters never win.
All right.
Man, forgot my Prime Kappa. Feels good to be back. Looking forward to becoming one of your top game suggestors. Kappa.
Thank you, Arender, for the sub and the thought. Yeah, it's gonna be we're gonna have to figure out how that system goes in, because it's gonna be it's probably gonna be a lot of time wasted with initial vetting of that process. Okay, so I think we're done. Thea, whatever the fuck it is, stuff. Let's take a look at, let's play Wargroove. Okay.
Sympathetic.
Nope.
Well, yeah.
Nope. 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 Hard nope. I fucking hate this crap. This type of game that looks like this. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Like, that would have to be like, if we're looking at like the ratios, I would have to have like pure 10s from my suggestors for me to check out something like that, because this is fucking horrible looking. All right, let's try Space Traders. What was that one? Okay.
What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're taking, but at the same time that we can choose from, there's a whole bunch of them inside of here.
What are we doing in this game? Okay. Doesn't look like what I want to be doing either. I don't think. Does look like it has some depth. Whether or not the depth is fun or not, tough to tell from this. Is this going to be combat or is this trading? Looks like he's gone to a location. Show me combat. Dude, that looks like card-based fucking combat again.
So we've got a bunch of risk cards over here. I assume what happens is that we draw a card and we hope we don't get a bad one. I can sell off the a really good idea. Already be here.
That's a weird one for me. I've never actually had any desire to roleplay a trader ever. I like sometimes being very profitable in things, but like I like the outcome, not the process. I don't think I'd want to play a game. It's Space Darkest Dungeon. Is it? You know what Darkest Dungeon did incredibly well? What makes the game half as good as it is the narration, ambiance, graphics, world settings, lore. The whole thing fucking feeds into itself to make it really good. I'm not getting any sense of that from this initial video. Yeah. Now, I'm not even a lore guy, but the Darkest Dungeon lore was fun. Wayne June was fucking good, yes. Yeah. Okay. Let's go with the next for now. Again, that would be another one I'd rule out. And this is why we don't do a ton of different fucking content on this channel, honestly, because I'm a picky gamer. What are we up to next? Did I miss a link? I may have. Banner Saga. Wasteland 3, I did miss a link. Thanks. Did I like Ultimate General Civil War? Why do you think I played that? You don't want to sound clueless, but have you tried or liked Grand Strategies? I don't like Grand Strategies. I don't think. As a whole. There are exceptions. See, this is one of the games I'm actually a little bit excited about.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Wasteland 3 Alpha. So, you might or might not remember...
Excuse me? Marbazier has a copy of this? I didn't even realize Wasteland 3 Alpha was a thing I could get. Well, let's fucking get a copy of Wasteland 3 Alpha. Alright. Oops. Let's not do that. Yeah.
Wasteland 2. If you don't, it was a tactical turn-based strategy RPG released back in 2014. And this is 18 Hobo, okay? Thief's Kit, lockpicking +1. What do we have here? A sickle, which is a melee weapon. Hobo shotgun, as usual. I assume we will run into some enemies. That seems to be kind of the point of the freely. Here are some toads.
This looks like combat.
Alright, let's move into some better positions, shall we? Our sniper can be on the right side. There is cover, which we can see right now. That's full cover. Our medic can be maybe right here. Scotchmo should probably be more in the front because he has a shotgun. And a shell shock as well.
This is why I subscribe to Marbazier's channel, because he does an amazing job of getting a wide selection of games that are in the genre of games that I enjoy.
That was decent damage. And now we are in combat. So how about we maybe throw a grenade? Yeah, that is a nice target for a grenade. Alright, let's go. There, nice. We almost killed the guy on the left, and we killed the guy on the right. We can also use our tank.
Marbazier has been personally helpful to me on my channel for years. Like when I was first starting with YouTube. Dude, he's got a tank. He was extremely helpful for helping me set up my YouTube stuff and getting that figured out. Really nice guy. A lot of positive things to say about him. If you don't subscribe to his channel, definitely check it out.
Let's see, what about Banshee? I could actually use the handgun instead of the sniper rifle, which would give me 2 shots.
I have not played Wasteland 2. This looks like a game totally up my alley though, right? This is the type of thing I like. We've got a grid, we've got leveling characters, we've got a turn-based combat, it looks fairly well done. It's not beautiful graphics and whatnot, but it looks decent. It's not fucking card-based combat. It's not insanely weeby.
Just shoot this guy. Here. We should be able to use Precision Strike on the next turn.
This looks
If I'm
good.
not mistaken.
This looks really good. I'm very interested in
Still
this.
got the dock. He can still try to do something. What's our chance to hit?
And it's funny, like, again, like, am I ruling these in? From your perspective, chat, watching me do this, do you think this is too fast, these snap judgments, one way or the other? Because, like, I feel like you get a lot of information from the visuals of the games that you're looking at. Like, and again, like, I want to acknowledge the fact that I will miss some games this way by ruling them out too fast, or auto and select some games that aren't actually that good too fast from this. But I'm okay with that, because in general, we need the system to be somewhat accurate, and then we need to build in redundancies for when it's not accurate. We don't need to over-select garbage and then spend too much time weeding out the garbage. I'd rather do the other way, so long as we have enough content, right? Like, I'm okay with that, but that's the benefit. That's what we're tweaking in this system, is to have that extra redundancy of second opinions from trusted sources to go push us towards extra content of stuff that we've missed. That's the plan. That's the plan, anyways. Okay, this looks great. I want to fucking copy that immediately. I don't know if I play the alpha. Maybe. Depends how developed the alpha is. I don't want to burn out on a game before it comes out in alpha. I've done that. I did that with Divinity a little bit, but it looks fucking phenomenal to me. Yes, Arender, that's correct. That's why we're talking about the redundancy element. And you know why I went back and played that? Because I just got enough recommendations from people I trusted and then got into it. Okay. All right, what's next? I think my gut is well calibrated. Yeah, that's the whiskey. It kills everything in there that shouldn't be there. Let's see. Yeah, that's the goal, Havish. That's the goal. Next. All right, we'll keep watching this while I give my moderator a second to dig out videos.
60% from over here, and it will also be full cover. Sounds good to me? Go, go, go.
We can watch a Total War video. I mean, we have that in the list on stream, and I'll tell you what I find off-putting about it, and you guys can tell me why I'm being silly about it.
We can reload, but there's no need. I can also move. Probably best if you stay in full cover.
You heard I had a great sales pitch about White Claws last night. The salesman thought it was great, yes.
For me, okay? All right.
I found it unconvincing.
I like the railgun thing.
Hearts of Iron 4. Yeah, okay. So this one is one I've looked at a couple times. I've gone back and forth a little bit. Okay. Yeah. I liked Mordheim, but Mordheim was buggy as fuck, and ultimately it was too buggy to actually continue playing. I'm really looking forward to the sequel, which is Necromunda, which is in development but not out.
Modest fellowship expands. Praise the sub.
Brood Noochly. Thanks for the sub. Welcome to the channel. Alright, see, this looks so much more polished than the other version of basically this that we've already seen. So this is a board game. Like, the interface looks exactly like a fucking board game, right? It's a Paradox game, so it's going to get massively updated all the time. It's a very big title. It's going to have a lot of nice features to it. I don't know. It looks very in-depth and not necessarily in a good way. Paradox, I sometimes get that from the Paradox games, which is just like too much complexity for my level of fun, which is strange. I like very complex games, but sometimes I feel like there's just like complexity for complexity's sake. Yeah, it needs an editor. Tech trees. I mean, like, but okay, right? This was my EU Explorer experience. 99.99% of my time is clicking through fucking menus. And this is another one of these games you can tell, like, looking at it, the upfront cost of this is going to be really high. It's going to take you a while to get involved, to get to a point where you can manage this in any sort of competent way. And that's okay if the payoff's good enough. Dude, Shift Plus gives me 2 times YouTube video speed. That may be my favorite comment today. Maybe my favorite comment today. Is that true? So Shift Plus is then, let's see, is it Shift Minus? Shift Plus doesn't seem to do anything. What if I do it in real time? Still nothing. Numlock's disabled right now. That's probably why. Shift Right. Oh, you've made my viewing experience so much nicer. Well done. Well done, sir. All right. Oh, dismiss. Okay. My initial engagement with this is this doesn't look all that fun to me, although it looks very complex, and I imagine it gets a lot more fun as you get into the complexity of it. Certainly a type of game that I could see being okay, but it doesn't immediately strike me as super, super interesting to me. It does seem very similar to EU4-ish. EU4 to me makes a lot of sense. Same, you know, fucking developer or publisher anyways. So we'll see. Yeah. Yeah. This would be a maybe. I would do it if there was a lot of community engagement with it, or I had a lot of recommendations for it. I wouldn't rule it out from this, but I probably wouldn't rule it in from this either. All right. AI Dungeon looks super fun for like a day. You seen this?
So I've heard of this. You tried it yourself right now and see. What are you spoiling it for yourself?
I watched Kit Boga play this the other night. Oh, dude. Yeah, Victor, that was a selling point a little bit for the Hearts of Iron stuff. I don't know. I don't know if I'd go back to it or not. Hearts of Iron is boring compared to EU4, much less interesting fuckery to do watching. Yeah. Okay. So this was kind of silly, like... I think this would be fun if you didn't take it very seriously, and I think I could do that for like a couple hours, and then I think I would get bored of this. This would be like a drunk stream thing. Exactly. This would be like, we need a... Okay. Do we have mods in the channel? Like, Xanabu, can you repost it, or one of my mods repost this to the mod channel and tag Nerf and Tom on this? Which is, I think it would be nice to have a selection of games to play while drinking, like some drunk games to be silly with on stream. Yeah, no, I meant I was trying to find someone who wasn't you, Xanabu, to do that, so you could keep doing the primary task of pulling up gameplay footage. Okay. All right, drunk game on Sea of Thieves. You seem to be having a lot of fun with that, Chris. I watched a little bit last night. Tag who? Nerf Fox. All right, let's check this one. This is Endless Legend. Okay, when is this from? July 17th, 2019. Or June 17th, 2019, rather. So this is recent. I have played this game in the past, but it's been years since I played this game. And I initially looked at it like around the Civ 5 time, and I'm like, it was okay, but kind of annoying. Thank you, Panama Jacked. Welcome back. Okay. All right.
It's been a little while since I last played, and not since lots of industry and science and dust available. Actually, it's not even just desert. It is a sandstone desert region. That's pretty fun. Rumbling stones down over here. Okay, and then there's also a salt desert. That's a pretty good amount of dust. Like, this looks like a very enticing start for me. Very, very strong, ultimately. We should certainly explore a little bit more, find out if there's anything else that we care about. I'll go ahead and grab a stalwart. Delvers? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, awesome. This is as good of a start, really, as you could hope for, except for maybe a river running right here.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to go back to this. So parts of it were fun. I liked some of the systems in here. I didn't like the... I want to see if he actually has to do this still. I didn't like the upgrade systems with the units. I actually find generally this, they do it to me in Stellaris as well, right? I like the idea, the theory of customizing units. I find the implementation of that to repeatedly be fairly dull as a player. And I'm not sure why that is or what could be done to fix that for me, but I only find that system somewhat fun. Okay. I opened up Age of Wonders 3 a couple times and couldn't make myself play it. Doesn't mean I couldn't for enough motivation in terms of like, oh, this is a really good game, you gotta get past this, etc. But it didn't immediately strike me that way. Yeah, this is very Civ 5-esque. Like, it's probably fun in multiplayer. It probably gets very repetitive very quickly with single player, if I had to guess. I haven't seen combat yet. I remember it being slow. Okay, this is... Was that one of it? There was a... Okay, yeah, look at this. Okay, chat, I want to call your attention to this. This is one of the issues with 4X too, is it scales up past the point where I find it enjoyable to micromanage a lot of the times. This guy has 4 equipment pieces, which you individually upgrade. Blech.
So I guess it kind of ends up being about the same. I mean, if it takes one turn longer to build it, it's not that big of an advantage, is it? Well, even so. Okay, I want to find, 2 more ruins. All right, yeah, sure, raking that XP. I'll take it. Let's Elder this away. There's a river with kind of split between two regions and not very useful. Especially since we already have pretty tanky units, so this is probably gonna be better. The downside is you have to go down the faction tree, which is not huge. So Dust at all?
It's been a long time since I've looked at this game. It's a pretty old game. My initial thought would be probably not now, but it could have been something that I could have got interested in the channel. I like parts of these systems. I like this is the Civ, I like the Hexagon Civ 6 or Civ 5 kind of expansion kind of thing where you're planting cities and whatnot. It seems to have a lot of that. You generate troops, you do battles, which is kind of interesting. There's differences between factions. There's a bunch of different systems. I remember the factions being pretty unique in this game. Like they played differently from each other, which I liked. But it's been a while since I played this, and I didn't get super into this. And it feels like a game that if you got into with some friends, like multiplayer, would be pretty good. But didn't do it. At this point, I probably wouldn't think about going back, really. Star Sector gameplay, sure. All right, chat, I need a quick break here. This would actually probably be good for my mods, give them a little bit of time to catch up here. I did want a TW2 video, grab these. I'm going to throw some food in the microwave. This is my 5-minute break, roughly, as I cook and eat food. I'll be back in just a couple minutes as we do this. Should we leave this up? What should we leave up? We'll leave that up for now. All right, back in a few minutes. See you guys shortly. All right, chat. Finished lunch. Back. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. We're going to be checking out Star Citizen on stream here next weekend, I think. That's the plan. Started to set that up. We could watch a trailer of that. We could watch a trailer of Sea of Thieves. I think that was okay. I would play that for an hour, so I've got a bounty for it that I maybe will consider doing. That was fun. I don't know if that would last me forever, but it was kind of fun watching a little bit of that. Excuse me. Let's see. Those are the last two. Factorial looks so boring to me, man. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, let's do these two links. We got Star Sector in here. This one I'm dubious of games that have been around in development that long.
Star Sector with me, JD Colley. It's time to get our new campaign rolling. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, as I'm going along, I'm probably going to repeat some of the things that I said in my tutorial video for the tutorial for the tutorial. So if I do, I apologize if you watched that. If not, then maybe you'll learn something new. So anyway, I will pick a picture. I like him. He's got a haircut, that guy, so we'll go with him. JD Colley is because even though some of you may be interested in seeing me start on an easier start so that you can follow along, you can adapt anything I do with a harder start easily to a more, or that I do our Little Shepherd, and it has the most important thing you can stick on Shepherd, which is reinforced bulk hits, because he's blow up a little.
So this is if I remember correctly, this is a game that's been in development for a number of years. It's by a small company that repeatedly kind of updates it as they've been going. I think there's like 4 people working on it, and is